So when I see YouTubers do setup tours, they're almost always meticulously organized and Pinterest worthy and very expensive, which is cool, but I'm not gonna lie, my setup's cute, but it's not perfect, and most of it was not that expensive. I wanted to show my setup slash room that I make content in anyways, because it's been requested a lot, and I don't care about looking super influencer-ish. It might not be perfect, but it's mine and I like it, so come on, let's do a little show and tell. Okie dokie, so to start off, these are my computer monitors. The main monitor is Samsung and the secondary monitor is MSI. And then I just put them on these monitor stand thingies that I got off Amazon, which I also used to just put stuff on top of. This is my keyboard, which is an Akko World Tour keyboard that I put some cheap Amazon keycaps on top of because I wanted something a little more subtle, you know. I also put in some Gateron Milky switches. I still need to open up the keyboard and do like a tape mod, maybe. And I need to relube the switches. And my mouse is just a Logitech M170. My microphone, which I'm talking into right now, is the Rode Pod mic. I used to have an Audio-Technica AT2020, which is what I started YouTube with, but I think the Rode Pod mic sounds a lot better, and it's also basically the same price. This is my mic arm, which was a gift, but it's a Beacon mic arm that goes for about $128 or so, which is very pricey, but I think it's worth it because the low profile is really nice, it's super sturdy, and very, very flexible as far as how you are able to adjust it depending on your needs. And since I have an XLR mic, I have to use an audio interface, so I have an Arturia Mini Fuse 1, which I don't really have a lot of comments on because I don't know a lot about audio interfaces, but it works fine. I'm just gonna show this because it would be kind of dishonest of me to pretend like I'm remotely organized. Basically, no matter what, there's gonna be some kind of junk lying around on my desk, but the worst of it is under my desk. I don't have any excuse, so I'm just gonna put my PC specs on the screen. My PC is probably the biggest upgrade that I've ever bought, and boy did that have to go on a payment plan because this is my desk chair, which, surprise, came from Amazon. For like 4 years I had been using this one gaming chair that was the worst thing I've ever sat on in my life, but I had spent money on it and I was stubborn, so I just replaced it with this chair a couple months ago. It's actually really super comfortable and I can sit cross-legged, and best of all, I don't hurt after sitting in it for like 30 minutes. This is my camera, which is the Sony ZV-1F, and I just got it used on Mercari for a really good price, which is good because I was very much in need of a better camera. I'm still learning how to get the best picture quality and get all the settings right, but I like it. Moving on from the stuff that's more so related to what I do at my desk and how I make content, this Shadow the Hedgehog lamp is probably my favorite thing that I have on my desk. I actually really like this whole little corner of my desk with my Miku Dio and my Squid Game plushie, but the thing I get asked about the most is this little Mimikyu lamp. I think you can still get these at a lot of shops. I got mine from Mecca, Japan. The only thing is, good luck if you live in the US because tariffs are a thing. I paid like $60 for this little thing, counting tariffs. Actually though, another thing I do get asked about a lot is my little pixel art thingy here. This is the Devum 2, which you can get on Amazon. It's technically a Bluetooth speaker, but I just use it to put pixel art on. My Nintendo Switch 2 was a gift from my friend. I know I made a whole thing about how I didn't want a Switch 2 and wasn't going to get one unless something very specific that I wanted happened, but Pokopia got announced, and so yeah. Here's my PSP, which I've been playing more than my PS Vita, don't judge me. And then a whole mess of things that have to do with future video projects that should be coming out soonish, I think. And then there's this desk-mounted boom arm thingy that I use as a tripod for my camera. It's got this little swivel thingy so I can do different angles like top down and so on and so forth. Above this mess is where I keep a lot of my handhelds. I like to keep them on display because I think they're really cute, I don't know. And then above that I keep some of my plushies. I was really happy to find the Polisand one locally because it's hilarious and I really wanted it. Here's my really big adjustable ring light, which I put behind me and a little to the side when I need more lighting. I like natural light, but I don't always get enough of it, so this helps out a bunch because it gets super bright. Oh look, another mess that I haven't cleaned up yet. Surprise! And then in this storage ottoman thing, there's all kinds of stuff that is not organized at all. On my futon, I have 2 giant Rilakumas because they're very important, a bunch of wires, and some headphones, which I got for my PC for when I'm editing and streaming and stuff, but the latency is not so good, so I haven't really been using them. Over here is my PS1 and some Japanese PS1 games that I bought so I could use them with my PlayStation Pocket, but I haven't done that yet. I really should, I just kind of forgot about it. And then I have my PS3, which is modded, and this shelf is next to the TV so it's easy to move things back and forth when I want to play them. In the cubbies, I have my Game Boy DMG that I need to mod. I just can't decide like how I want it to look. All the shells I've wanted for it have been out of stock for forever, so. And then behind my plushie here, I have my GameCube, which I also need to mod. Here is a bunch of other stuff, including my Sony Walkman speaker that isn't plugged in because I need to buy a power strip so I can plug in more than 2 things. I moved my tiny gaming setup over here because it's way too impractical to use on a regular basis. Next to the TV is a bookshelf with a ton more plushies. I literally have so many plushies, I've got a storage unit with some, and then I've also got some staying with my mom. And then my Polaroid Cool Cam, some digital cameras, and my PS2, as well as this Ultimate Madoka that I need to find a spot for. I'm running low on space. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the room tour, and if you haven't already, feel free to lecture me on cable management in the comments. Also, on a quick note, if you're trying to quit smoking or have an oral fixation, I now have a partnership with Natura Pine, and they sell all kinds of different flavored toothpicks, and they're great for if you're trying to quit smoking or vaping. So if you want anything, you can use my code YewF at checkout for 10% off. Anyway, thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!